Did you know? The primary election day is tomorrow in Maryland, and the Republican race for governor is getting some national attention. As Scott Broom reports, political analysts are watching closely to see if the Trump factor will decide who wins the GOP nomination.
On the Republican side here in Maryland, the two frontrunners for the governor's nomination are one-term state delegate Dan Cox, who's endorsed by Donald Trump, up against the state's former Secretary of Commerce, Kelly Shulz. She's supported by the state's popular current Republican Governor, Larry Hogan. But despite Hogan polling 64% positive among the state's Republicans, Cox is a threat to win against Shulz.
I do think it's going to be a very competitive race.
According to Dr. Malia Cromer, who conducts the well-respected Goucher poll.
While I'm not sure if the Trump endorsement is enough to bring him over the finish line victorious tomorrow, I do know that without the Trump endorsement, it is unlikely that this race would have been as competitive as it is now.
Dan is MAGA all the way.
Cox supporters recorded a telephone rally with Donald Trump June 24th.
Dan Cox, can you win a general election being MAGA?
Cox appeared last week on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast.
Absolutely, yes. And it's the endorsement of a lifetime, and I'll tell you why. Because the election was stolen, Steve.
They're willing to support a lying conspiracy theorist like Dan Cox, who is a danger to our party.
Shulz has called out the Democratic Governors Association for spending more than $1 million in ads to focus on Cox as an opponent, which she calls a dirty trick, and which Hogan called the worst kind of hypocrisy.
The Democrats are so scared of losing again that they are now enabling, emboldening, and embracing a QAnon conspiracy theorist, someone who bussed people to the Capitol on January 6th and called Vice President Pence a traitor as the Capitol was under attack.
Is he electable according to your polling?
Only one type of Republican is electable in the state, and that looks like Larry Hogan.
Cromer says that's important because no modern Republican has ever won a statewide election in Maryland without large numbers of independents and Democrats willing to cross over. She says their reluctance to support anyone who is endorsed by Trump virtually guarantees Cox will lose in a general election against whichever Democrat is chosen in the statewide primaries tomorrow. In Maryland, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.